It's time for a challenge video where I try to get top 1 in something as a free-to-play player. And in order to do so, we gotta use an old cookie who used to suck, but is now extremely meta. It's really hard to become first place in anything. Like, I've never been first place before. Yeah, definitely. Never experienced it yet. Yeah. Hey, why are these images showing up? So there's a new game mode called the Starspire of Resonance. It includes 4 towers of 20 levels each. When I completed all 4 towers, a secret boss showed up, the Cake Witch. The boss has its own event. The more damage you deal to the boss, the higher you rank on the leaderboard. I made 2 YouTube polls to see if you all know what the boss is. In the first one, 72% of you didn't know what it was. And for the second one, 34% didn't know. That's not good. All of you should know, and here's why. The rewards are really good, so you have to try this game mode. Look at all these Radiance and Resonant toppings. 500 Radiance and 40 Resonance. This isn't some pointless game mode, it's actually important. So how does the Cake Witch boss work? For the majority of the battle, the boss sits there and does nothing. However, when you deal a significant amount of damage to it, about halfway through the battle, its attack skyrockets and it does a lot of damage. It's not very dangerous, but if any of your cookies die, you will lose tons of damage and you won't get top 1. Anyways, let's get right into it. Here's the most standard meta team. Millennial Tree, Eternal Sugar, Dark Enchantress, White Lily, Licorice, Windsor, and Charcoal. So, what's the point of Licorice? He's pretty bad. No usage inside the arena, guild battle, beast yeast, and the alliance. He sucks at dealing damage, his summons aren't useful, and he's squishy cause he's an epic. Well, he's useful because it all comes down to the game mode itself. In the Starspire of Resonance, you get elemental buffs, and these are huge. If you use at least 2 cookies of the same element, all cookies in the team deal that type of elemental damage. For example, if you put Licorice and Dark Enchantress in the same team, everyone deals chaos damage now, including non-chaos cookies. This is great cause there's even more buffs tied to the chaos element. That's right, there's even more elemental buffs on top of everything. You can flip through all these elements like this, and then you can see their buffs like this and stuff. Now, what happens if everyone deals dark, poison, grass, and chaos damage? Well, they get buffs from all of those elements. So why Licorice instead of any other cookie? Licorice is irreplaceable cause he has a darkness, chaos, and poison element. No other cookie has a combination of these elements. His chaos pairs with Dark Enchantress, his poison pairs with Eternal Sugar, and his darkness pairs with Charcoal. Wait a minute, isn't Silent Salt the best darkness cookie? Shouldn't Silent Salt outdamage Charcoal cause he's a beast? Well, no, he doesn't. A common misconception is that Silent Salt is really good in PvE. He's actually not. Now it's time to fight the boss. Let's see if we can become the number 1 leaderboard player by using Licorice. Okay, let's see how high our rank is. No. Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding me. After a bunch of more tries, I got a little bit better, but not enough. Wait, do you see what I see? First place has exactly 40 trillion damage? Turns out it's literally impossible to get first place legitimately. That's because it's taken by a hacker. Look at this hacker's profile. 72 wishes fulfilled, 21 trains sent, 22 balloons sent, 5 landmarks, and they aren't even banned yet. No matter how hard you try, even if you have perfect promotions, you still can't reach first place. Following a perfect team in a solidified meta will not work. If you really want to become first place, you need to think outside the box, outside of the team itself. In order to do so, we need to backtrack, rewinding back to a few days ago, back to when the hacker wasn't there. This game mode didn't always have these elemental buffs. Why? Cause they were glitched out and didn't work. Dev Sisters didn't fix this glitch until recently. So what is the best team to use without taking advantage of these team-wide elemental buffs? Well, Licorice is completely useless now. His only purpose was to activate the buffs, but those don't work. Instead, we have to use this. Millennial Tree, Eternal Sugar, Lemonade, Linzer, Twizzly, Cream Puff, Bunny. It's based on electricity, which was the best element before the glitch was patched. Let's run the team to see how much damage it does to the boss. Dang it, Black Lemonade died. This is really bad. Her death makes me instantly lose billions of damage. The boss behaves differently without the elemental buffs. It's capable of dealing actual damage now, and it can one-shot low rarity cookies, cause our cookies are a lot weaker now. To counter this, we need to use almonds. If you're an arena main, then you're probably allergic to these. If a cookie dies in PvE, you give them damage resist and almonds to prevent that from happening. So I'm gonna put some almonds on the squishy cookies, like Lemonade, Linzer, and Cream Puff. Let's see if I can survive the whole run this time. Alright, everyone survived, but the damage I did was actually pretty bad. So I had to make some major adjustments. My cookies have a lot of bad promos and the Cream Puff team wasn't doing well. I decided to replace Cream Puff with Wind Archer. He's one of the best DPS cookies in PvE, and he's so strong that perhaps he can offset the bad promos. Let's try him out and see if he's good or not. Alright, the most I can do is 23 bill. That's pretty good, but I'm unable to do any more damage. And the worst part of that is that I'm only 115th place. Even if there's no hacker, and I use the most perfect team to ever exist, I still can't get first place. This is because there's always someone else in the world who has better stats than you, whether it be promotions, labs, or anything else. There's only one way to beat this, and it's by being fast. If you're the first person to find the best builds at a given point in time, then you become number one. So we need to rewind all the way back to the beginning. Even further, back when no one knew what the best builds were. It's a race to see who can come up with the strongest team the fastest. You need to strike early and hard. You need both speed and a decent team, but not a perfect team. When I first unlocked a game mode, I tried a poison team, but the boss is immune to poison. Poison elemental damage works, but not the poison damage over time. Next, I tried a fire team. It was decent, but not very good. After that, I tried an electric team, and it was the best. I tried putting Dark Enchantress in it, but she didn't work for me. Instead, I used Wind Archer, a good alternative to Dark Enchantress. So the team is Millennial Tree, Eternal Sugar, Lemonade, Linzer, Twizzly, Wind Archer, and Furret. I didn't use the Watch Treasure at the time, cause I didn't have the perfect builds yet. So I ran into a problem, all my epics kept dying, so I gave them almonds. But if I gave them too many, then my damage dropped a lot. So I had to find a way to make them use as few almonds as possible while still living. To do this, we need to break a common misconception. The term 35% cooldown is thrown around a lot, and it's known to be the maximum amount of cooldown a cookie can have, but actually it's not the max. If you're not using the Jelly Watch treasure like me, the max is actually 60%. The Jelly Watch gives 25% cooldown, and 60 minus 25 is 35, but you can ignore the 25 because we're not using it. To prevent my team from dying so much, I made my Frit go past 35% cooldown with 6 chocolates and a cooldown biscuit. Let's see if the team can survive with Frit healing everyone more often. That was a good run. 20 billion damage. Not as high as the beginning of the video, but I reached this score faster than everyone else. Look at that gap between me and second place. It's huge. And that's how I became the #1 player for the third time in my life. Subscribe if you want to see me do more challenge videos.